Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSU81 and today I'll be doing a review for this Marvel Legends Spider-Punk from the Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. I'll be completely honest here. When I first saw this guy, I cringe. I just feel that this is like a totally messed up characters. I mean, Spider-Man looking like a punk. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all. And to be honest, I totally told myself that I would not get this figure at all. But now, after seeing so many cool pictures of this guy in Instagram, in Facebook, I just couldn't resist myself but to grab one. And as you guys know, I didn't get the whole set, so I have to hunt for him, and he just cost a little bit more expensive as compared to maybe Miles or even Spider-Gwen's. But nevertheless, I do think that he looks very unique among all the Spider-Mans that I have, so I am glad that I added him to the collections. So you can see that, wow, this looks pretty cool. I just hope that the SHV Guards or even Mayfax will eventually make this guy. And at the back of the box, we can see the whole wave that these guys comes from. So let's get him out. Okay, so this is Spider-Punk right out of the box, and the moment I got him out, I just can't resist but to admire the details on him, especially on this spiky head. And I would like to ask whether the last one, is it supposed to be like this? Yeah, mine is actually banded. I believe it's because it's in the box. But in the animation itself, is it supposed to be like this? Or it should all be spiky? And speaking about spiky, these are rather sharp, so be very careful, and this portion as well. But it's very detailed. My goodness, this is like a different level for Marvel Legends, because wow, you can see like every inch of him is filled with details, and there are even some spider linings here. You can see that the costumes, wow, this is ridiculously detailed. And even for his hands, you can see there are some bands here. Very punk kind of Spider-Man. This is also nice. Oh, okay, you can actually turn this. Yeah. And at the back, oh my goodness, you can see there's even a spider logo, but it's like being painted by himself. This is really nice. I couldn't believe, I think they spend most of their time on this guy here for the entire wave. This is, I think, his belief is the most detailed one to date. And I just love this. The ink actually drips from his mask. It just kind of reminds me of Heath Ledger Joker.
You see, in their last moments, people show you who they really are.
And it really looks very different as compared to the other Spider-Man. So I'm very happy to have him as another variant for my Spider-Man collections. And next we'll move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always, so he can look to the right, looks to the left, and looking up. Wow, pretty much. Looking down is even better. You can even tilt his head if you want to. His arm can go 360 degrees, and going up sideways slightly less than 90 degrees. Any butterfly joints? Nope. Arm swivels, a double joint elbow. Wow, this is pretty good there. And his hand, of course, you can swivels it going up and down. And what about the torso articulations? Oh, yep, there's I don't know what you call this. It's rather ugly, but he can actually do a bend forward. Yeah, very much. And bending backwards because of his jacket, so it's kind of restricted there. But this piece here is also flexible, even though it's quite hard. And you can even turn his waist if you want to. And his leg, he can actually kick forward just slightly less than 90 degrees, kicking backwards. Not too bad. Okay, and his swivels, yep, there's a cut on his thigh for the swivels. A double joint knee, yes. And can he turn on his boots? Yes. And his leg, you can actually swivels it around, going up and down as well. Okay, and let's see how well he can do a split. Okay, not too bad. Okay, yeah, the articulation is pretty good for Marvel Legends, I would say that it's pretty standard as well. But this guy, because of his skinny and long arm and legs, so he can articulate pretty well. Okay, so we'll move on to the accessory, whereby he's pretty limited. I'll go through the hands first. So he just comes with a left hand for holding on to his guitar, and a right hand whereby he's holding the thing that you use to play the guitar. And he also comes in a left web shooting hands, and also his electric guitar, whereby you can see, oh my god, just look at the amount of details on his guitar. Wow, this is really detailed there. Is it a sticker? No, it's actually printed on it. Wow, this is rather nice. Oh, okay, the back is rather disappointing because it doesn't look good, but I don't think you will show the back. And this is how it looks like holding on to his electric guitar. Wow, this is just pure awesomeness. And if you want to, you can even put his guitar at his back, which looks pretty cool as well. Here's my gripe about this interchangeable left hand for the web shooting, because this hand can also be used like a, like a rock star kind of hands. Yeah, so I was thinking that why don't they give it on the right hand instead, so that this hand will remain to hold on his guitar, while this right hand will be having this piece hand, so that he can actually do something like, doing a piece while this hand still holding on to his guitar. Then it will be pretty cool, something like this. But of course this is the wrong hand. Do hit the likes button if you enjoy this review. Thank you. Let's move on to some size comparison. I'll start off with some Marvel Legends. So I do have the Miles Morales as well as the Spider-Gwen, and they are all from the same wave. And wow, I didn't expect this Spider-Punk to be so tall. And next I'll move on to the SH Figuarts Miles Morales and also the Spider-Gwen, and they are both from across the Spider-Verse as well. And next we'll move on to some Mayfax, and unfortunately Mayfax have not made any figure from across the Spider-Verse, so we'll compare with Into the Spider-Verse, whereby they are still very young, so it's very much smaller. And next we'll move on to Sentinel Toys, and just like Mayfax, they have not made any figure from across the Spider-Verse, so I'll compare these two, and they are both from Into the Spider-Verse, which they are very much smaller, hence they are very much shorter as well. And lastly, I would like to compare with some non-Spider-Man. I have this SH Figuarts Black Adam, big guy here, which I think is almost the same height as him, or he's actually shorter as well as this SH Figuarts Deadpool 2. Okay, so my final verdict for this Spider-Punk is, in terms of the overall look, I think he just looks great. As I said, the details are at every inch of this figure is just filled with details. My goodness, it looks so good. So I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 5 when it comes to the overall look. As for the articulation, yeah, this guy is pretty good as well. Yep, so there is no hindering or any sort of that. So this is another 5 out of 5 in terms of the articulations. But for the accessory, they don't even bother to give another set of hands with the the peace sign that I mentioned. Yeah, so that will be 2 out of 5. It's very limited. And as for the scale, I think he's actually very nice, because I don't like my Spider-Man to be on the same scale for each and every one of them. So this guy is pretty tall, and I think he will actually makes a difference when you put it into your Spider-Man collection. So in terms of scale, I think, yeah, I'll give you a 4 out of 5. So this figure is great in almost every way except for the accessory. So I truly recommend you to grab this figure if you see it lying anywhere in the store. This is a great addition to your Spider-Man collections. So I do hope that you enjoy my review, and I certainly hope that it helps you to decide if you should grab this guy, and the answer is a big yes. And I'll catch you guys again in my next video. Now I hope you'll check out this video right over here as well.